Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm Gamesplaining 7 Wonders. This is close on the board that I left you with after the last video. Now, let's get a little bit further into it. There are a couple of mistakes I've made with the placement of the cards. I'll point them out to you right now because they're really important. First up, you're not allowed to build two identical buildings, meaning two buildings that have the same name. You'll notice here and here I have two universities. So this particular card here is not allowed to be built in my city. So I wasn't allowed to build that one. The second thing I want to point out is a thing that's referred to as a chain. If you notice, some of these cards have a little word up here next to the resource you'd need to pay to actually build the particular card. In this case, trading post. What that means is if you have the trading post already in your city, you don't have to pay the resource. In essence, this is a free card if you have trading post. I have down here the East trading post. And if we have a close look at it, so you can set yourself up, you'll notice in the bottom corner, it says the forum. This is the forum. So these two cards are what's referred to as a chain. If I've got this one, I'm allowed to build this one for free. The other thing that I left out of the previous video is the other building type. The other building is called a guild. There are a whole bunch of guilds that will be present within the game and they change every game. So there's no point in pulling all of them out. I'll just grab a few of them to give you an idea of what the guilds are. The guilds are these purple buildings here. What they do is, this one here gives you 1 point, 1 extra point for every 3 coins that you have in your building. That's over and above the standard points that you would get for having money left at the end of the game. This one here gives you a point for every brown card that either of your neighbouring cities have. It has nothing to do with what you have in your city. So if you have neighbours who are building a lot of brown buildings, this one's going to get you a heap of points at the end of the game. And then there's this one, which gives you 1 extra of the science symbols to add into your sciences at the end of the game, which is probably a really good segue into the sciences. How do the sciences score? First up, if you get a set of the 3 different symbols, that's worth 7 points to you. So if you get 2 sets that look like that, that would be worth 14 points. But you also earn points going this direction, so same symbols. If you have 1 card of a symbol, it's worth 1 point. So that, while being the first set of 3 symbols, is actually worth 10 points. It's worth 7 plus 1, 2, 3, 10. If I have another of the stone ones, this is worth 4 points. So what we're seeing is that we square the number of symbols that we have. So if this is what my sciences look like, I have a total of 13 points. 7 plus 1, 8 plus 1, 9 plus 4, 13. If you include this guild, it's probably worth calling this one a stone, so you can actually turn this into 9 points instead of the 4. It's very mathy. The person who's counting it up at the end is probably going to be more responsible for that than anyone else, but if you're aware that you'll get points for scoring both directions, it will put you in the right place to start with. A little bit more on the icons, just so you can cut through it. If there's two resources pictured on a card, both of those resources are available to you. If there's a card that has a slash between any of the resources, it means one of those resources is available in each turn. If there's an arrow pointing one direction, it means that the card affects only that direction. Obviously, if it's pointing left, right, and straight towards you, it affects all 3 or relies on all 3 cities for its final scorings. Each of the Wonders boards has something slightly different on them. It would be worth just having a look around the table and cutting through those icons at the beginning of the game. The middle is usually going to be some form of a score, or like this one over here, the outside tour a score. The outside tour a score on that one as well. The middle one there has coins. The middle one there gains 2 military. And this one here allows you at the end of the game to use the benefits of one of the guild cards in one of the neighboring cities. So for example, if this belonged there, this city could use the benefit of that extra science within their scoring. There's no point in getting too much further into the iconography. That's the basics of it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you've found it helpful enough to help you get this game to the table with players who have never played it before without them feeling totally out of their depths for the first game. If you have a game that you would like Gamesplained, please email me on the gamesplainer@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram @the Gamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Until next time, enjoy gaming.